Khushbu. Okay, Khushbu, go ahead.
संदीप पात्रा जी, मैं ये सवाल पूछना चाहूंगी कि कल तक डॉक्टर अरेस्ट नहीं था और आज हम कह रहे हैं कि डॉक्टर क्यों अरेस्ट हुआ है। हम ये पूछना चाहते हैं सिर्फ डॉक्टर क्यों अरेस्ट हुआ है, बाकी लोग क्यों नहीं हिरासत में लिए गए हैं, बाकी लोगों को क्यों छूट दी गई है? क्योंकि जब इस तरह के कैंप्स होते हैं गवर्नमेंट ऑफिशियल्स को पता होता है, लेट मी फिनिश प्लीज, लोगों को पता होता है, गवर्नमेंट को पता होता है कि इस तरह के कैंप्स रखे जा रहे हैं। सिर्फ एक डॉक्टर जिम्मेदार नहीं होता, सिर्फ एक डॉक्टर जिम्मेदार नहीं होता।
Let the report of inquiry be submitted.
What inquiry? What is what inquiry? What inquiry?
इंक्वायरी आपकी चलती रहेगी कब तक? इंक्वायरी चल रही है तो डॉक्टर को क्यों अरेस्ट किया?
अच्छा, एक बात पूछता हूं मैं संबित पात्रा से। कैलाश कुमार is calling from Bilaspur. Kailash Kumar, one second, lines are open now. Kailash Kumar is an engineer from Bilaspur. Sambit Patra is talking about an inquiry. I want to ask the Sambit Patra which inquiry was held before the Chhattisgarh Chief Minister decided that a 400% salary increase should be done last year for all the MLAs. What inquiry was there when 5 crore rupees were paid to artists for the Raja Yotsava in 2012? What inquiry has been done so that 21 crore rupees are spent on private planes and private helicopters of the Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh? And do I not have the right to ask after all this, अच्छे दिन किसके आते हैं? गरीबों के अच्छे दिन कब आएंगे? कैलाश कुमार is calling from Bilaspur. Kailash Kumar. Kailash Kumar from Bilaspur.
Yeah, a very good evening, Mr. Arnav and the panel.
Good evening. Go ahead.
Sir, my question to Mr. Sambit Patra, he's a doctor by profession,
yes, he
as well as the CM of Chhattisgarh.
He is not the...
He's not. I'm sorry, ma'am.
No, he is a doctor by profession. He's not the Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh. Kailash Kumar knows that, I'm sure. Yeah, the second part. But he is a doctor by profession. Not yet the Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh. But what you are saying is Raman Singh, I think.
Raman, yes, CM of Chhattisgarh. CM of Chhattisgarh, sir.
Okay, fine. Go ahead.
My question is, who should take the accountability of the such massacre, first of all? Second question, it's not for the first time. Within a span of 5 years, 3 times this occasion has happened when people have lost their eyes in eye camps.
Right.
The ladies' ovaries were removed in again a camp, and third time this is again a camp at Bilaspur, nearby Takatpur. Is a very only 10 kilometers from Bilaspur. Who should be taken accountable? Mr. Patra, my question to you.
Okay, Kailash Kumar, stay on the line. Dr. Sambit Patra, respond quickly, please.
As far as the uterus removal thing is concerned, one clarification is required over here. You should know that it was under the Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana. It was a central government project. And when the numbers were botched up, in fact, this government gave the orders for inquiry.
Sambit Patra, you don't even know what you're saying.
It was under RSBY, and it was this government of the state which gave the orders for inquiry as to why and who was conducting these botched up surgeries. We caught up with the doctors, and doctors were scrapped from the MCI degree.
Sambit Patra, wrong answer. Wrong answer.
You should be aware of this fact.
Wrong answer, because you should know your wrong answer. You're completely wrong.
The answer as to who should be responsible.
Sambit Patra, the state government is responsible. You are going from one mistake to another. You see what happens. You make one mistake, you acknowledge it, you make another mistake. In a historic judgment of the Supreme Court in 2005, Ramakant Pai versus Union of India, the Supreme Court had said, and I quote, and I'll send you the copy after the show, each state should set up a quality assurance committee which should consist of the Director of Health Services, Health Secretary and the Chief Medical Officer for the purpose of not only ensuring that the guidelines are followed in respect of pre-operative measures, etc., etc. Now, in this case, the hospital trust where the operations took place had no clue about the camp and went to the extent of saying that because the hospital was abandoned, they had no clue how the patients and doctors would have entered. Non-sterilized equipment was used. The question which arises is that this is a flouting of the Supreme Court rules, and accountability is very much on the state government. Sambit Patra, again, wrong on the facts. Rakesh is an IT professional from Bengaluru. Rakesh, good evening. Rakesh, good evening.
Good evening. Hi, Arnav.
Good evening. Rakesh.
Can I speak, Arnav?
When Sambit lets you. 1 second, Rakesh.
No one should try to protect the health minister. Even he should resign then.
Well, good. Then he should resign then. Then what about the chief minister? I thought there's something called responsibility of the cabinet. Yeah. Anyway, so we're getting a second caller. Who's on the line? I think it's Rakesh.
Rakesh from Bengaluru, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead from Bengaluru. Go ahead. Your question. Who are you talking to?
Hi. Arnav, I have a small question for Sandeep Mahapatra.
Yeah, Sambit Patra, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. I want to ask Mr. Mahapatra, Mr. BJP person, I just wanted to know from you, when Reliance Foundation and Prime Minister said very clearly, these kind of things can be done in Reliance Hospital also. But, taking poor people to the hospital and doing all these kind of activities. Why you never had guts to take all these poor people to Mumbai, such kind of big hospital?
Answer the question.
And do it free of cost.
Answer it, Sambit.
Arnav, even you know what the answer can be.
No, I don't know.
I mean, well, yes, Mumbai hospital is very important. People can be operated there. Best of care is available there. But all cannot be taken to Mumbai hospital.
Oh, so you hurt them and make them lie down on the floor and you do operations one every 4 minutes. That's
Rather
rubbish.
than thinking of a Mumbai hospital, we should try to improve every hospital on those lines. Every hospital should be improved on those lines.
This particular
every
episode,
everywhere in this country.
this particular episode has shown the extent of the contrast between what you say you will do and what you are doing on the ground. Sandeep from Bilaspur. Sandeep.
No, not at all.
You may disagree, it's my observation. See, I am telling you one thing very clearly, and people note on the program. I don't mince my words. On debate number 1, I squarely blame the Congress for what they are doing. But on this one, it's the BJP state government which needs to own responsibility. Sandeep from Bilaspur. Yes, Sandeep. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Another call from Bilaspur tonight.
Actually,
Go ahead.
I am calling from Bilaspur where this incident, not incident, this is the atrocity done by the state BJP government and health department. I met today morning for some of the people who lost their beloved. They are in the totally gloomy situation. The situation is very out of control. Now, my question to Sambit Patra, Mr. Sambit Patra. Till now, why our health minister Agarwal did not step down, and why he was not dismissed by the chief minister? And second question, my second appeal to spokesperson of Congress. Please don't stop to politicize the matter, because this is above the politics, and all the political parties should come forward to find out the way.
Yeah, you see, I agree with you on the second point also. No, 1 second. Sandeep from Bilaspur, I agree with you. Because you see, the Congress party's record is worse in Rajasthan. 13 pregnant women died within 12 days in Umaid. And MGM hospitals, both were government-run specialty hospitals, okay? And Ami Agnik will not like it, but spurious glucose was supplied by Indore-based company. 5 maternal deaths took place. In Maharashtra, also similar incidents happened when 33 women suffering from fever and cold were given wrong antibiotic injections and their situations worsened. Right? I mean, every particular state. So it's all right to...
this incident that needs to be made.
Yes, go ahead, Kavita.
See, actually, and there's another aspect also to it. The fact that among those who were sterilized, and one of the women who lost her lives was a Baiga woman of a tribe which is supposedly... it's actually an endangered tribe. This and population control measures are not supposed to be used on those women at all.
Yeah, why is that happening?
My point is a more fundamental one also, that I feel very uncomfortable with the idea of a government sitting and deciding which tribe or which community or which segment of the population needs to be controlled and which doesn't.
This is the question also. Yeah, this question needs to be asked as well. Let's quickly get an answer to that.
Attitude, the Abtak Chappan approach towards sterilization and towards population control has to stop.
Okay, Abtak Chappan approach has to stop. This point has to be answered. If they are an endangered tribe, why would their women be sterilized? Why would that happen? Sambit Patra, that itself raises many questions. What's going on there?
Doctor on your panel will agree to the fact that no one can be operated without an informed consent. So unless I do not know about the tribe, if it was done, it was wrong. But anyone, if he or she has to be operated upon, then definitely an informed consent has to be taken.
No,
I believe the procedure must have been followed. But if any rules were broken, then definitely, why should I try and save a person who broke the law?
We have found it isn't just the doctor who's supposed to take informed consent. The fact is that in these sterilization camps, wherever they are held in the country, I'm not saying only Chhattisgarh, informed consent is a casualty. Women are presented with sterilization as virtually the only contraception option. Sometimes they don't even understand what is going to be the meaning of that surgery.
It's so sad.
What it is going to mean after that. This has been seen in Bihar as well, where
it's so sad that you should try to blame the victims, Sambit. It's really sad. Khushbu is saying something. Yes, Khushbu, I think it's sad you're trying to blame the victims. Yes, Khushbu.
No, I just want to know, I said, why nobody is taking up the responsibility? And when you do these kind of surgeries, every government official in the state is involved, and they are aware of these kind of camps which are taking place. Secondly, when you talk about, Mr. Patra talks about the consent letter from the patients, how many women who were operated upon knew what was written in that consent letter? Or how many of these members of the family who have lost their loved ones knew what was written? It's just that you talk, okay, contraceptive hai, ye bachcha nahi hone ki wajah se hum ye surgery karne wale hain, and who are they to decide on that? Who is the government to decide? Any government for that matter. What has happened during Congress rule, what is happening now in BJP rule, who are they to decide that this is one group which needs to be sterilized?
Well, I'm wrapping up. I'm wrapping up. I see your hand go up there, Sambit, but I just want to make one point, if you allow me here. 83 surgeries in 4 hours. My point is simple tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We have a choice. We can let what happened in Chhattisgarh be an incident which is then covered up and slowly moves away from the collective conscience of the Indian people. But the fact of the matter is this. We hold a position on Times Now that you cannot, on the Newshour, I hold a position, you cannot make poor people guinea pigs to try and break records. That is the greatest of shame. This country has no right to treat people like guinea pigs, and since we say that India should be the destination of medical tourism around the entire world, these pictures sending a very wrong message of how we treat the poorest of our poor. This operation in hell is not just a story that matters to the poor people. Across the country, your tweets on the Newshour tonight will strengthen our resolve to follow this story. Our reporters are on the ground. I thank you all very much for joining us this evening on the Newshour tonight.